Should be okay. You are now live on the internet. All right, everybody. Good news. Let's see. We want to go right here, and get rid of that nonsense. And we are ready to watch the world premiere. It leaked earlier today. Everybody else was Johnny on the spot, and I had to live life and help people and be the superhero that I am in the world. But here we are. We're talking about an outstanding piece of hardware coming up soon in November. Is this Death Stranding? Kind of reminds me of Death Stranding a little bit. Everybody's going for this like foamy, liquidy kind of vibe, you know. Let me hear you. Ow. 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 It's a big fan. They don't want no overheating anymore. The smallest ever. 60% smaller than Series X. So you got a high velocity solid state drive. That's what SSD means. Seamless game switching. It's going to be an experience. Exactly. Next gen frame rates. Sweet. So we're not going to be like, oh, well, it's 30 FPS and 60 FPS on certain areas. You know, blah, blah, blah. 100 high quality games on Game Pass. Haha, they got a Lego game. Awesome. Yeah, looking good now. Yeah. Xbox, oi. Yeah, baby. The black sun, the dark sun. All right, whoa, don't go anywhere. Oh, wait a minute. We got to go back and take a look at that. Let me hear you. Okay. Okay, hold on. Settle down now. Settle down. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. So, wow. Let's take a look at some of these little speckety specks that they got here for us. I want to talk about the specs, Toro. I'll talk about the specs. All right, here we go. So, all right, so no pop filter, don't care. All digital. So this is an all digital box. It is retailing for $299. Now, I want you to recall back in let's see. I want to get the date exactly right. But let's just say it's 1978 or 79, okay? In the 1970s, let's just say the 1970s, the Atari 2600 video computer system launched for $199. Okay, hold on a moment. We're going to go out to the internets, and we are going to have a look-see at... All right. Atari VCS, Atari 2600, launch date and price. Oh, I'm sorry, 1982. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, it was 1977. 9/11. It was, by the way, it was September 11th, 1977. Nice. Life is so weird. Okay. So we're going to go back here. And go back there. And, okay, so 1977. So that's literally 43 years ago. Okay. 1977. Is it 43? Because it would be, what? 1977. It would be 23 years to 2000. Another 20. Yeah. So 43 years ago. Okay. 43 years ago, the most advanced system available was, and don't debate me, okay, don't debate me. It was the biggest system of all time. I don't care about, like, if you had, like, some kind of, some prototype Odyssey 2 that your dad got you from, like, Caltech or some shit. I don't care about that. Saying the most advanced game system of its time, of its day, the most commercially readily available, okay, how about that? Was $199, and this is $100 more than that. And this is one of the most groundbreaking things in terms of price point that I've seen, and this is a brilliant, brilliant move. And they should have been doing this a long time ago. It just the all digital just wasn't quite there yet. So it's an all digital PC, and again, this is probably not the one that I will get, because if I'm going to spend $3, I'll spend $5 and get the one that I can throw my entire game collection of Xbox games in, because you're going to be able to play now. Okay, from it's going to be a total of 4 generations on one console: Xbox 360, Xbox One, and now Xbox Series X. You're going to be able to play games from all 4. Now, you can't play every game because of licensing issues and just BS. That's just part of the real world. But you literally can play a huge library. The Xbox 360 library alone is like 166 titles or 180 titles, or it's some ridiculous amount of titles from that generation that you can play right on your Xbox One and upscale these bad boys. So you've got, I don't even have the chat up, just in case. I'm so rude about the chat, bro. Hold on. Oh, I got people in here. Oh my God. I didn't even know, bro. I just got on. I'm like, what? All right. Hey, it's Ty Lord. He is the games master, this guy. And I watched one of his videos. I watched one of his pickup videos very recently. It was very nice. Mr. Tight White. Hey, Steve, fancy seeing you here. Fancy, get it? I'm in vacation this week. I hope oh my God, Baltimore Retro Gaming. Baltimore, will you do a live stream with me? Will you come on and do a live stream with Hanky S Discord? Anyway, fancy indeed. He needs to whip that phone out. That's what she said, buddy. All right, I've been on vacation since March. He's been like, I've been having a personal journey with myself. Is he not playing his phone? I am paying attention. I'm here. My work lets me call off anytime with no reprimand. Wife won't let me stay home. Yeah. The key to a successful marriage is never seeing each other. Anyway, I was his Yoda, and now he's forsaken me. Mr. Tight White. Sup, buddy. Okay. All right, I'm in the chat. I'm in chat. All right, so we have Tight is my Yoda, Toro is my Lex Luger. And remember, notice he doesn't say Lex Luthor. He says Lex Luger, bro. Okay. All right, so back to this beautiful discussion of this wonderful console. So the Atari Video Entertainment System, or the VCS, the 2600, that launched in 1977 for $199 retail. This is kind of the one of the most advanced all-digital consoles ever created. This ain't no Ouya. And it is... This ain't no Ouya. I like it. That's going to be a video coming up. This ain't no Ouya. So, it's 4K up to 120 frames per second. So we're not playing around. We got an SSD. You're going to have the frame rate you want. it's not going to be 30 frames per second on the PS4 or less on the PS4. I mean, and again, PS4 is laggy, baby. It is. It's laggy. It's a great system. It's the number one system of this generation, but the UI is laggy. That shit is laggy. And I get better performance out of my Xbox One, to be honest. I mean, again, I think technically it's the better console. But, it didn't win, but, again, with Xbox, you're always getting like a little bit better technology, and a better UI, but it's just not as big. It's just not as big. They don't have those relationships in that install base. So 1440p, DirectX, ray tracing, variable rate shading, variable refresh rate. So again, what you're getting here is essentially a game box. You're getting a gaming box. It's a digital gaming box. And, you're saying that like, duh, but you know what? There's a whole lot of those things out there. Raspberry Pis and modded consoles and all kinds of stuff out there. And they're basically throwing you a really nice, right at the edge of consumer electronics, ultra low latency, custom 512 gig SSD. Now, I don't like, it's a little, you say 512 gig SSD. It's really all you really need, especially for a digital console. But, 4K streaming media playback. So it's a true 4K box. They're not playing like it's a pass through. It's a 4K pass through. 4K upscaling for games. So they don't say if that's across the board. But what they're saying is that, we're going to do our best to have it built in, so it's going to upscale what you're looking at. And think about that. Again, because that's a big deal. The upscaling becomes a big deal because of the previous libraries that you have access to and will have access to via Game Pass. Now, here's the drawback. Somebody put something scandalous in the chat. Let me see. Somebody put something freaking scandalous in there, Berber. Berber. Baby. If you guys are into movies, download Letterboxd on your phone and sign up. It's free. You can review and organize movies you watch. MovieMan74 is my name. Follow me on there. So why did they block him? Did they block him because that was like some kind of a paid plug or something like that? I'm not getting any money for that. So anyway, so how the hell is everybody doing out there today in the internet lands? So I got some really, really cool people here on the internets. We got Mr. Tight White. We got Ty Lord Stevenson. We got Baltimore Retro Gaming, who's an old schooler, and he is the master blaster. He has this crazy, he's like almost probably an eccentric millionaire at this point who still works a job. He still works at a shipping company, even though his game collection has reached like millions of dollars. He keeps collecting. He still goes to his job. That's what I think. Baltimore Retro Gaming actually has enough like 360 shooters and PlayStation shooters to actually cash in and retire. But he keeps working and collecting and live streaming because he can't stop himself. No, not AIDS, sir. No, ads. But that was a nice little plug. I mean, I couldn't have wrote a better ad copy. If you guys are into movies, download Letterboxd on your phone and sign up. It's free. It sounds like ad copy, bro. You ought to call them up. You ought to send that to them in an email and go, "Hey, I wrote this for you." Anyway, so we're talking about the Xbox Series X. What do you guys think? Nobody has mentioned the Xbox Series X in the live chat. So what do you guys think about the features? What do you guys think about the price? What do you guys think about all digital? These are some of the topics in today's presentation. Dude, what did I watch? What did I watch last night? I watched, I'm such a nerd, man. I watched Blue Sub 6 or Sub Blue 6 or something. I watched, it's an anime series. It's a little goofy, too. I like it, though. I was gonna watch a scary movie, but I chickened out. It was like the Eyes 2. Has anybody heard of the Eyes 2? So anyway, none of my chat members want to talk about the actual system itself, so I'll keep going. So the disadvantage of this to me is, again, this is why I probably won't buy it, but you know what I like this system for? It is a minimalist system. It's a high value minimalist system that even your regular Joes can get into digitally. Now, my problem is it will play the games from all the generations digitally, but you're not going to be able to throw a disc in there, right? You can't throw a disc in there and, like, if you just pull something off the shelf like I do and say, hey, I've never played this, let me check it out. Put it in there, check the compatibility list. Oh, it's on there. Okay, boom, put it in, and away you go, okay? And you get the upscaling and all that, right? So I heard the new Xbox is not backward compatible with a physical disc. Well, that's correct. Well, there's no drive. Now, what I would be curious to know, what would be interesting to know, is if you could get an external drive for it. What do you want to bet that might be a peripheral in the future? It's just getting an external drive? Like if you get the S, you just put down another 100 bones and get an external Xbox drive? Oh, yeah, why not? Why not? I bet somebody makes that. So, yeah, so if it's all digital, how are you going to play backward compatible discs? I mean, again, you can go and buy them. You can go buy the game. See, that's the thing where it's like essentially what they're telling you to do, because there's no disc drive. If you want to play older games, right? Then now I don't know if it works like if you have an Xbox One and you load it onto the Xbox One and it's in your game stable, if it will carry over to this system. That's an interesting question. I was wondering that. I was wondering, like, okay, let's say I have a disc and I put it into the Xbox One for the verification. It downloads the new version of the game, essentially, and then allows me to play it on Xbox One. Now, if I log into my account on this, is it going to share play? You know, is it going to share play what I've already got? Now, if that's the case, that is an awesome feature. That is an awesome feature. I'm really curious about that. So, is Series X compatible with old discs? Yes, it is. It is. It has the only difference between the two really is it's got a disk drive. Well, I don't know. It's probably bigger as far as memory is concerned. Well, again, it doesn't have a disk drive. How are you going to put the disc in? How are you going to verify ownership? You know, but if you've already verified ownership on another Xbox console, be it a 360, an Xbox One, like, I don't know if they're going to do verification beyond Xbox One, but they really should. So, like, what I'm saying is that, like, let's say you have an Xbox One, you have retro games. Now, right now with Xbox One, every time you play that game, even though it's not really playing off the disc, you have to have the disc in the system. Right? So if I want to play Morrowind, I have to have the disc in the Xbox One for it to play. It won't play otherwise. And again, once you verify ownership, I don't think you should have to have the disc in there. But what they want to avoid is people just throwing the disc in there and saying, oh, I own it, oh, I own it, oh, I own it. So what they're trying to say is as long as you possess the disc, you can play this game. But in a discless digital system, that won't work. You can't put the disc in it. But if you log into your account and you verified on the Xbox One that you have it, is it going to let you play it for free on this box? And something tells me the answer is no. Something tells me the answer is no. So it says upscaling for games. You see, it says that. You see, you got to remember, you got to read between the lines here. It's not all digital. They're making two models, right? I'm in love with the 360. I only wish there were physicals on some of the digital stuff. Check out Rocket Knight. Yeah, that's an awesome redo. One with disk drive and one digital. Yeah, I'm going with Series X if it plays my OG Xbox. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But you see, the problem with this thing is all it says is it doesn't say backward compatible. Okay? I want you to note that. This is very important. From a marketing perspective, I can tell what they did here. Hold on. I borked the chat. I can tell what they did here. What they did here was they said upscaling for games. They did not say backward compatibility. This is not a traditionally backward compatible system. That is what they're trying to tell you, because when they launch the Xbox Series X, it is going to be, and that's why it's $299. That's why it's so cheap, because unless you go out to Game Pass and play previous generations from that, or go out to the store and buy the previous generation copy digitally, even if you own it, even if you own it, like if you own Morrowind and you want to play it on this box, can you? Yes, but you have to go out to the store and buy it, because other than that, there's no other way to get it on this box. There's no other way. It has to be downloaded from the Microsoft Store. And it's going to upscale that game. You're going to get the upscaling that you want. Now, a lot of people like me, if you have a few games that are important to you, then you don't mind going and getting another copy. Like, I have multiple copies on multiple systems for many games just from collecting, but like privately or personally, I have like Fallout New Vegas. I have that on pretty much every platform that I own that it's available on, because I really love those games. So I'm okay buying a copy on a second copy to have it accessible to me if it's important to me and I want to play it. So, but they're telling you here in the specs, they are not saying backward compatibility, because there is no backward compatibility with this machine unless you go out to the store. It's telling you, what will this system do? It doesn't. See, in marketing, you never say what it won't do. That's a no-no. You never say what it won't do. You always say what it will do, and you leave out what it won't do. That's just marketing 101. You don't say, well, this system doesn't have a disk drive, so it isn't backward compatible with the games that you currently own. That is a downer. You don't say that. What you say is 4K upscaling for games. So basically, if you own it on Game Pass, if you own it digitally, you can play it on this box. But if you don't, and you have a game and disc that you want to play on this system, you got to go buy a digital copy. That's a gateway there. That's what they're trying to tell you with 4K upscaling for games. That is the key. That is what you have to remember about this particular system, and that's why it is such a reasonable price. If they can't make it too much money, because then people will go, if you make it $3.99, which it probably should be, but if you make it $3.99, when people buy the one with the disk drive and they're like, well, for $100, for $100, I can play my old disc right on it. It doesn't make sense. There has to be distance between those SKUs in both price and capability. So this is not a backward compatible machine for physical media. It is for digital media. So if you bought a copy digitally of Morrowind on the Xbox Store, you still own that digitally. You can play it on this box. But you cannot play physical media on this box. Now, what I think they will do is they will launch the Series X. they will wait until after the holidays, and then they will introduce like a disk drive that you can buy separately for this bad boy to play backward compatibility. But they're not going to do it now. And if nobody makes a fuss and sales online for the old games that this will play are brisk, then they won't do that at all, unless there's some like a major public outcry. All right, let's look at these comments. Let's see what we got going on. It should play Xbox One. Yeah, but again, it doesn't take a disc. It doesn't take a disc. So if you bought Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on disc for Xbox One, this isn't going to play it. You're going to have to go buy it digitally. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're not telling you. Again, that's why it's that cheap. This is a lot of technology for $300. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you're going to pay, go buy yourself a Blu-ray player. They're $150, or 100 or whatever, I mean, it's $299. This thing's a Blu-ray player. It's a 4K box, 4K streaming. I mean, just it's an awesome piece of hardware, but it doesn't play physical media. It's a digital only box. So they came out and they made it cheap. They made it cheap for that reason alone, because people, what's funny about people? People are still going to go. I guarantee somebody's going to put a disc on the black circle and go, does it play it off this? People are funny, bro. Remember the whole CD drive coffee holder thing? I mean, it's like people believe that shit. So it's like, what you're going to have is you're going to have people that get this home and they're going to be like, well, where do I put the Xbox One disc? Doesn't it play Xbox One? I heard it's backward compatibility. They're going to run into trouble with that. They're going to run into some returns. Because I thought it was going to play my old disc, man. I heard it played to my old discs. And they're going to be like, dude, it's a digital only console. It doesn't play physical media. It only plays digital media. And if you haven't bought it digitally, you don't play it on that. You don't. So that's going to get a lot of people's panties in a bunch. So is Xbox here? Yes, it's compatible with all 4 generations if available. Yeah. So let's see. I'm in love, blah, blah, blah. 2 models, 1 disk drive, and 1 digital. Right. I'm going with Series X. Yeah. I'm playing Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon on my smaller channel, Mr. Non-Essential Gamer. First of all, that game is just freaking awesome. That is a classic. Ubisoft, they knocked it out of the park with that one. Mr. Non-Essential, what up, brother? The 60 gig and 20 gig PS3s are the greatest console ever made. It played basically 100% of 3 generations. F these newer systems. Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, man. So what am I going to call you? Mr. Non-Essential Gamer is absolutely correct. I have right now a piano black original 80 gig 4, the original piano black with the card readers and the 4 USBs, and that system plays all 3 generations and does a great job at it. And it's an amazing console, to be honest. The PS3, it was ridiculously expensive, but again, you had 3 generations right there, right? And again, I got to tell you, for all of you who tuned in the last time and we were talking about the Splinter Cell trilogy on PS3, totally worth it. If you're a Splinter Cell fan, pick that up, because you get Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory. I've been playing Chaos Theory, and it looks and plays amazing, much better than the 360, or much better than the Xbox and the PS2. It's such a nice looking game on the PS3. The HD remaster of all 3 Splinter Cells. It's between $20 and $30 in terms to pick it up. If you see it out there in the world, pick it up. Or if you're a Splinter Cell fan, I would buy it. I lucked out and I got it for $2.33. But that is a very nice remaster. Sometimes you're like, okay, but Chaos Theory is definitely leaped up to that next generation, the last generation, really leaped it up. And I was like, wow, it looks good. The resolution is better. The colors are better. The textures are better. It just plays better. It is the experience. Like if you really want that OG Splinter Cell Chaos Theory experience, pick up the HD remaster Splinter Cell HD Trilogy on PS3. It is it's worth your time and money. It is. It's worth your time and money. So I'm going to pop off of this live stream. I want to thank everybody that's in this chat. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are hardcore supporters of this channel and video gaming, and I think you're just great people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And if you feel like it, share the videos out. Help me generate a little bit more traction on the channel. I would love to do merch. I would love to do more and more videos. So I'd love to get the subscriber count up a little bit. I don't want to show my boobs. I don't want to show my boobs on camera. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to go there. Oh, wait a minute. So, but you guys are awesome, and I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this down, and I'm going to stick to my guns. Like if you're an average Joe, just trying to make a living, and you want to get your kids a really nice box for the holidays. Now, the problem is initially they're going to be up your ass to download games. Don't give them access to the credit card. Put a password on the damn thing. Don't let them run up all kinds of money in microtransactions and all that stuff. Get a hold of that. But this is a nice family box for streaming movies, games, you name it, especially if you have a 4K TV and you want to throw like a multimedia box. This is going to be a beast for $2.99. Give me a freaking break, bro. That's a lot of tech for $2.99, baby. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. This is a great deal. It's a great move by Xbox. It's a great price point. Nobody can say no. See, this $2.99 on the holidays, just about everybody can plonk down $300 to get this system for the holidays. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious, bro. So, let's see. I got Blood Dragon at GameStop after Tight's recommendation. I got to say, if you want my thoughts on Blood Dragon is probably one of the best games they ever put out. It is an homage to the 80s and 80s action, which is like no other. There was like no other time quite like that. I came up during that time, and I was grinning. I grinned the whole time of that game. I played through that a couple of times, and I really, really freaking enjoyed it. It's got a mystique. It's got an atmosphere. It's got the, it's got the retro cutscenes. I mean, it is just so well crafted. I love Blood Dragon. It's great. And yeah, is it a little repetitive, just like most Ubisoft games where you're running around doing crazy shit? Yes, but god dang, is it just a wonderful ride. I mean, it's kind of like Vice City, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto Vice City in a way, as far as the quality and the nostalgia factor. Yeah. Blood Dragon, baby. And it's all just freaking action. You are the action movie at that point. You know what I mean? I mean, it is just great. Can't recommend Blood Dragon enough. You can pick it up on Steam for cheap. It's out there in a trilogy, which I don't have, and I saw that when I was looking at my my Black Ops trilogy that I picked up, and I'm like, oh man, that's got to be one I got to get soon with Blood Dragon on there, the 360 trilogy, Far Cry trilogy. I'm like, I gotta get that shit, baby. But anyway, so It's fast. It's fast, all right. So I do have it in Steam. Maybe I ought to throw it up. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a call out to Baltimore Retro Gaming. If you got time this week, bro, and you can get on a computer with me, all you need is a phone or a computer and Discord, and we can do a Michael Biehn. Yeah, how do you go wrong with that, bro? How do you go wrong? You know who I also like? Who is that dude who was in John Carpenter movies? It was he was the guy at the end with Kurt Russell, and then he was the guy who was the buddy for Roddy Piper. And that guy just has this awesome voice, and he's just great. It's like every movie he's in I like. He's great. He's awesome. You got the trilogy at GameStop, baby? We'll enjoy, because GameStop's not going to last too much longer. You would think in the biggest boom of video games of all time due to the lockdowns that GameStop would be doing better, and they're doing shit. Do you know why? They don't cut deals, man. Keith David, that's it. Yeah, it's Keith David. Keith David is like one of my favorite actors of all time. Keith David is just great. He is just great. If I was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how would you know? You remember that line? You remember that line from The Thing? If I was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how am I supposed to know you're not one? You know, I mean, he's just great. He is just great, man. I love Keith David. That guy is awesome. So, no, it's not Lance Hendrickson. That guy's like John Wayne. How many movies has he done? Like 100 million movies? He's been in movies and video games. That guy is like tireless, man. Holy crap, does that guy work? But no, he's great in film. Yeah, he is. He's really good. And at the end, you're like, yeah, it's Keith David. Yeah, it is. It's Keith David. He's just amazing. I want him to narrate my funeral. If you were a Toro, a perfect Toro, how would you know that I'm not Toro? Roddy Piper, put these glasses on. I said put them on. Just put them on. Oh my God. You know what? It's funny. They Live and The Thing are like two of my favorite movies of all time, you know. John Carpenter, he's got the book, bro. He's got it, bro. John Carpenter, man. Oh my God. Wookie. Okay. Backtrack the chat. Okay, what does that mean? I'm backtracking it. I'm all the way to the back now. Baltimore Retro Gaming says, here I am. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. This is awesome. We really appreciate it. I'm going to pop off here and probably load up Blood Dragon. You're going to make me play Blood Dragon, baby. No. Should I close down this live stream and start a Blood Dragon live stream? Would that be okay? Is that what you want to have? Well, I think we talked this one to death. So this is a great value, great tech, but it is not backward compatible. It will upscale digital games, but it is not going to be backward compatible with any system. Xbox Series X is going to be compatible with all four generations. All four generations are going to be backward compatible with the Xbox Series X. So you're going to be able to play 4 generations of games on one console with 4K upscaling. So all the same stuff. That's what's kind of cool. I was excited about this system because of the Xbox Series X. Like, you're not going to get less than this on the Xbox Series X. So you're going to get 4K. You're going to get up to 120 frames per second. You're going to get ray tracing. You're going to get rate shading and refresh rates. You're going to get ultra low latency for all of your, all of your streamers out there. They have these low latency monitors and, blah, blah, blah. 4K streaming media playback, 4K upscaling for games. So that is great for the Series X, because then you're going to be able to play all the way back to the original Xbox games in 4K resolution. Ooh, you get the eyes for that one. Wow. That's awesome. That has me excited. See, that's the thing. I'm really excited for Xbox this generation. More so than any other generation, I think, other than like Halo 2. I was excited for Halo 2. I mean, I loved Halo, the original Halo. I was excited for Halo 2. And I'm like, well, I have to at least get one for Halo 2. I have to get a box for Halo 2. I had one before that. For Oblivion got me to buy a console. Halo 2 got me to buy a console. So it's all of that in 4K res on a box that I can pull out. I can just pull out anything of my collection. See, for somebody like me who has collected a massive collection over the last couple of years. Maybe 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Plus my original collection that I just accumulated over my regular lifetime. That really appeals to me. And PS5 only being backward compatible to PS4 doesn't excite me. So it's okay. But the Xbox Series X that plays all 4 generations upscaled to 4K, that excites me. So, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm streaming it myself. Have fun, though. Oh, yeah, Mr. Non-Essential Gaming. I'm going to come over and check your stream. I'm going to come over and check your Blood Dragon stream, bro. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off of this video. I'm going to come check your... I'm going to come harass you on your stream, bro. Stream, bro. Peace out. Oh, no, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Dat Game Collector, where do you see all 4 gens? Not on this system, bro. I'm talking about Series X. This is Series S. So, again, you can do all 4 generations if you buy it digitally. Again, this is a digital-only console. There's no physical media. But if you go onto the Microsoft Store and you buy Morrowind digitally, you're going to be able to play it on this box with 4K upscaling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They haven't? I've seen that. I've seen that for the Series X. I've seen that in their promo material for the Series X, all 4 generations. Well, you don't want to buy this one day one. You want to buy the Series X day one. The Series S is going to be a digital console only. So you're going to have to rebuy digitally. DGC, baby. No. I'm not shining you on. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Well, let's go out there and check it out. We are going to go out to the interwebs and see Xbox compatibility list. Okay, it is actually 39 games for the original Xbox. Yep. 39. Which includes Chaos Theory. And for Xbox 360, 568 games. That's pretty good. 568. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the chat. Let's go back to the chat. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, well, for the 360, that's pretty cool. But not all that impressive. Yeah, you know what? It all depends on who you are and what your priorities are. So it's 568 games, and what was it, around 50, 43 or 50 of OG Xbox. But they're good titles. I mean, they're the big hitters. They're the heavy hitters. It's just like, East Coast surfing lesson. Johnny Good Times on Xbox isn't going to be on there. But let me see. What is this comment? What is this? But that 560. How many are shitty XBLA games? Yeah, that's a fair request. You want all the exclusives because they have the exclusive rights to them, right? So it should be like all exclusive titles from all generations on one system. That's pretty good. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed by the total number of Xbox games. But you see, there's not a whole lot from the original Xbox. So it's 30. Okay, it's 39. So you got the Splinter Cells, Armed and Dangerous, Sphinx, Knights of the Old Republic, Republic Commando, Destroy All Humans, right? And some of them are just kind of Battlefronts. That's not bad. What's the next one? So you got Morrowind, Conquer, Jade Empire, Panzer Dragoon, SX3, which is awesome. Yep. Blood Rain. I got to get a copy of Blood Rain. Psychonauts. That's a good one. Grab by the Ghoulies is a really cool game, by the way. King of Fighter, Neo Wave. That's a good one. So yeah, I mean, there's some goof on here. It's not that big. It's really with Xbox 360 where you get, 568 games. That's big. That's big. A 360 collection that you can throw on to 2 generations down the road. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. Syndicate was a really good title. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. Syndicate was kind of ahead of its time, right? And the people that did Syndicate went on to do Deus Ex, didn't they? Or Human Revolution or something like that. They went on to do some pretty significant stuff. XBL games it has? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. I will be happy to navigate through some of these. Hold on a minute. Original Xbox 360. So take a look at what you got here. Azura's Wrath, Enslaved, both of them hidden gems, right? Syndicate's an awesome one. You could explode people's chip in their head and blow their head up, and oh my god. They kind of used it. They overused it a little bit, but all the Splinter Cells, all the Fables, all of the Ninja Gaidens, which were exclusives. King of Fighters 13, one of the best ones. Lost Planet, Code Veronica. Murdered Soul Suspect, or Marathon Durandal. Oh. That's kind of a cool title, isn't it? Marathon Durandal. The entire series of Command and Conquer. Raven Rabbids. Yeah. Let's do 50 per page. And we're going to lose a few. That's okay. So let's keep going. 2. All the Crisis. Final Fantasies. Metal Gear. Castlevania. Lego. Rumble Roses. Silent Hill Collection. Overlord. Assassin's Creed. This is a nice little collection here. Yeah. Oh, Vanquish. Yeah. Vanquish, the original Prey. Oh, my God. Yes. Spec Ops The Line. Oh, my God. In 4K? I'm going to be throwing Spec Ops The Line in my Series X. I got to tell you, that game. Driver San Francisco. Excellent. Earth Defense Force. Yes. Marlowe Briggs. I have no clue about that thing. Deadly Premonition. Come on now. Wow. Again with Fable. You know, Undertow is an interesting third-person adventure game. That's probably on my radar very soon to pick up just off of eBay or something. And Deadliest Warrior. Walking Dead. Toe Jam and Earl. Oh, bro. Fighting Vipers. Come on now. I have that for the Sega Saturn with the poster. Radiant Silvergun. That surprised me the last time I went through this list. Radiant Silvergun for the Xbox 360. How much is that game going for? Virtual On. Excellent. Earth Defense Force. Again. Fuel of War, bro. Okay. So there's a lot of really quality titles over here. I mean, if this is the only library you ever had, you're going to be a happy person. Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. I was very curious about that. I don't know what that's about. And I'm not looking at the chat right now, by the way. I'm just running through these games. But, by the way, Shadows of the Damned and Alice Madness Returns, highly, highly recommended. Here's Rocket Knight. This is what Baltimore Retro Gamer called out. It's the reboot of Rocket Knight on the 360, which was a great game on the Genesis, one of my favorites on the Genesis. This is like a puzzle game. Gyromancer. It sounds like a puzzle game about vagina. Okay, calm down. Catherine, Bully, BioShocks, Oblivion. See, I love the backward compatibility for the Bethesda stuff, the old Bethesda stuff. Burnout Paradise, one of the best Burnouts. Yeah. Guardian Heroes, again, the reboot of Guardian Heroes on the 360. I've never played that. I've never seen it, and I'm very curious about that. Flashpoint Red River, I'd actually recommend this one too as kind of an unsung classic. It is a squad combat game. It is a visually beautiful game that takes place in Afghanistan, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous on the 360, and I've never played it on the Xbox One or on the Series X, but I intend to because it is a gorgeous game. When I went through this list and I saw Operation Flashpoint Red River, I thought to myself, man, that's one I'm going to pop in when I get my Series X because it is a visually gorgeous game. You got Galaga Legions, Shred Nebula, bro. Shred Nebula. Just the name alone. Guange, which I'm thinking is probably a shooter. Lost Odyssey. I mean, look at some of this. Look at some of this on the compatibility that you're going to be able to play on the Series X. But you're going to have to buy on the Series S. You're going to have to buy the digital version if you want to play it. You can play them all. You just have to pay the digital gate fee. That's it. So, Lazy Raiders. What the fuck is that? Lazy Raiders. Unbound Saga. This game actually looks kind of interesting. Does anybody know jack shit about Unbound Saga? Where's the picture, you dork? Oh. Unbound Saga. I have no idea. It's like a comic book based. It's kind of like Comic Zone for the Genesis, and I think that's what it is. It's like the updated Comic Zone or the spiritual sequel to Comic Zone. Unbound Saga. Dig Dug, nice. Fantasy Stars, Runner 2. You know, just good stuff, bro. You got all kinds of good stuff. Final Fight, Double Impact, which is kind of crap. Galaga Legions DX, Soul Calibur. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back into the chat. Guardian Heroes is one of the best games on the Sega Saturn. Yeah. And one of the best beat-em-ups, had tons of unlockable characters and multiple endings. And you had the arena where you could fight two hamsters. So, it's exciting. Yeah, am I going to get a PS5? Yeah, but I'm really excited about the Series X. I mean, I want to upscale my games, and I want to play, 4 generations on one system. Now, 39 games for the original Xbox. It's a little sad, but 538 360 games, that's pretty good. Skullgirls, man, I want a copy of Skullgirls. So there you go, man. There you go. So we're going to wrap it up today, but I'm very excited about this next game generation. It's going to be very exciting. And I can't wait to go check out what was it? Mr. Non-Essential. Mr. Non-Essential Gaming. He's live streaming Blood Dragon right now. So go over to his channel, give Mr. Non-Essential Gaming some love. I'm going to pop over there and harass his chat a little bit. All right, so stay tuned for more. More is coming. Fancy action now. I am your host, LVAO Toro. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your exceptional gaming comments and feedback. Thank you for supporting the community and the channel. You are what is a big deal. So, I may Steve depends on backward compatibility. Yeah. All right, peace out, y'all.